Beloved crossing guard falls on hard times. Then this happens. Some people in this world are committed to making each person they encounter better for the experience, and Wallace Peoples is one of those people. Peoples is a crossing guard at Sherwood Forest Elementary School in Norfolk, Virginia. But unlike some people who can't wait for their day to come to an end so they can go home and forget about work, Peoples isn't one of those people. In fact, he adores his job and each child that he gets to usher safely across the street. The parents and staff at Sherwood Forest absolutely adore him too. He's always there to offer them a joke and some lighthearted conversations as they wait for their children to finish the school day. Since starting at the school 2 years ago, he's become a welcome part of the students' daily routine. But when Peoples vanished for 3 consecutive days, everyone took notice. Well, some began to speculate amongst themselves, others were silently dreading the worst. Even though it was near Christmas, he certainly would have mentioned any impending vacation plans to someone throughout the day. After a little while, someone was finally able to track down Peoples, who it turned out was in some trouble. As it turns out, Peoples had fallen on some pretty hard times in his personal life. First, his car had been broken down, leaving him no way to get to the job he loved so much. And what's more, he spent Christmas Eve all alone in the hospital. It appears that the man who brought so much light into people's lives had in fact landed on pretty dark times. Would Peoples recover? Would losing his car cost him his job? We'll find out what came of Peoples in just a second. But first, why not subscribe to Did You Know and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. Also, take a moment to leave us a like. Wallace Peoples was a crossing guard who was beloved by the community. But when he lost his vehicle and encountered some health concerns, it seemed that he may lose his job as a result. Much to everyone's relief, his medical condition would prove not to be too serious, but there was still the major concern of his transportation. As word spread throughout the parents of the Sherwood Forest, the consensus grew that something had to be done to help him. And one parent in particular, Sloan Johnson, coordinated an effort to get Peoples back on his feet. Johnson established a fundraiser through Facebook. It quickly built up steam, and in the first 2 hours they raised over $800. But that wasn't all. Another family decided to donate a car to Peoples. With this donation, he'd finally be able to get to work to earn a living while doing what he loved. The next step in the parents' plan was to have Peoples show up at the school with the promise of meeting someone with a car to sell, but when he arrived in a borrowed car, he received the surprise of a lifetime. With all the donations tallied, the families of Sherwood Forest Elementary presented Peoples with the car plus $2,500 to help with medical and living expenses. He quickly became overwhelmed with emotion and openly wept from the generosity he had been shown. In the footage, Peoples said, quote, "It's good to know that people care." He then started his new car with a giant smile on his face. Wallace Peoples' touching story is a reminder that when we work together, we can lift up those that need it most.